Hello, Atisha. Oh my God, so the people are relaxing today.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear. Only you are the active one, and the people really always enjoy morning time. God. So I believe that because of the cold, so people get a little lazy, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Cold and many are falling sick
Mm.
also. Last week I also missed like all the classes of yours because I was also sick. So,
Oh, मेरे बच्चों.
mm.
That can be one of the reasons. Chalo. So let's wait for 2 more minutes that we will begin, okay?
Sure, sir.
Eminence Career. Start speaking English with confidence from your home. Improve your spoken English, writing skills, pronunciation, grammar. 3 live classes every week. Just 29 rupees per week for 15 days. Learn from expert trainers and speak English fluently with ease. Contact us. +91 99555 90499. eminencecareer.in.
Hello, everyone. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Just 1 minute. Mm. Yes, my dear. So let's move to warm up of reading comprehension with this strategy. Now it says what is measured. We have already discussed everything yesterday about the measurement. So it says it is what is measured in reading comprehension? Its ability to understand, analyze, and applying information. So this is called the measurement of the reading comprehension. Just comprehension we need first. After that, analysis of evidence, and then same evidence we have to apply. So the first thing that we have to maintain while reading is called patience. Second thing that we have to maintain reading passage, that is called diversion. And third that we have to maintain is to depend on excess information. So we should depend on some limited information. Now, moving to that instruction. So look here. Uh, as we discussed yesterday, so there will be four important parameters for any reading comprehension, right? So those four parameters are four parameters. I mean, you will be tested from four different angles. So if you recall, I said that it is overall information, specific information, right? Inference and fact. So these are the some points that are tested. Take a look of this slide. Yeah, people once shouldn't let me know. All right. Hmm. Yeah, people. So after all these, you must have understood that what? That it is about the way it is thought, right? Now, all four angles, but the mainly it is main idea, right? So main idea is nothing but what? The detail of the passage, right? That is main idea. So now what we need for the main idea, simple information that overall. But remember, overall doesn't mean that every sentence of the passage, but some piece of information. Now glance it, just glance it because we are going to discuss everything in detail. Just take a look, dear. Now, these three are the crucial one and important one. Just take a look. Just take a look. Just glance it, because the way it has been written, we are going to add a bit more to get the clear idea about solving the questions or relating the information. Yeah, people. Now, so after going through all these, now you must have understood that what is the intention of question. So now, what is and how to satisfy it. All right. Or what to do to satisfy. So first of all, there are three different methods of solving the question. So that we will discuss one by one. One is intro, body, conclusion strategy. If you want, you can follow any of them or all of them one by one. You can mix it. Second is question wise. And third is two ways. So these three strategies will be discussed in the session one by one, and you can follow either one of them or all together wherever you find comfortable. But just check whether where you are comfortable and how are you going to apply one by one. So just check, adjust yourself, whichever suits you, you can follow. So we are going to start with intro, body, conclusion, strategy. The fact is, every passage is written in the form of intro, body, conclusion. Whatever the passage is, it is written in the form of intro, body, conclusion. So what is introduction? Introduction means first information of author. It's been author begins with one idea, and after beginning, author starts discussing all ideas one by one, and that is called first information. So author begins with one idea, and one by one starts discussing all the ideas. That's called introduction. Then author mentions body. Just discussing will not fulfill the requirement of the information. Therefore, author uses body. So body author uses to justify or to exemplify. What is exemplify? It's been what author wants to look at that how to connect information. Okay. So intro, body, conclusion. Introduction means first information of author. Body means justification or exemplification of introduction. And then it will be conclusion. So the conclusion means rephrase of information. Fine. Now, when we say introduction, introduction means what? Author's first information. What is body? Justification of introduction. What is conclusion? Conclusion means rephrase of information. If conclusion is not given in the passage, only introduction and body will be there. So what is your first job? Your first job is to spot intro and pick keywords. So reading technique will include not to look at every word, but first find introduction and pick keywords. After that, read body to check whether it is relating. Okay. And after that, conclusion to confirm. But in all cases, what you need only keywords. Why you need keywords? Because excess information will not give you the answer. So if you follow the technique of intro, body, conclusion, you will be able to answer overall information. And what is overall information? Overall information means primary purpose family question. That will be. So what are the primary purpose family questions? Primary purpose itself, primary concern, main idea, center idea, main point, center point, center information, title. All right. So intro plus conclusion is going to become the answer of primary purpose family. Remember, no translation, just keyword. How we will pick keyword we are going to discuss. If conclusion is not given, only introduction will be the answer. Now, how? We will return here to check it. We will return here to check it. Just check the approach. What we are going to do? Simple. First, we are going to understand whether the passage has intro, body, conclusion or not. And after that, what we are going to do? We are going to pick keyword. As I suggest that do not involve yourself, just relate it. And after relation, look at body part to match it. Now look here. We have 4 paragraphs. It is longer passage. And you can shorten time. And if you be little alert about. So beginning of the sentence is key. And whenever you are reading first paragraph, try to devote yourself as a spy. All right. And check that what is secret behind it. So it says both AG and JH view former Soviet Union as anomalous nation in certain fundamental respects. So the first point is that two people are talking about anomalous nature. G sees Soviet Union as deviating from expected European pattern of industrialization, while H emphasizes how the Soviet Union differed from the standard type of bureaucratic organization. So what is the keyword? Anomalous means deviation from industrialization and bureaucracy, right? So this is called keyword. Instead of looking at word to word, sentence to sentence, what reading technique says, that just check. Despite these differences in orientation, both authors share a similar theoretical approach. What does it mean? Now summarize it. Two people are talking about anomalous nature, giving the example of industrialization and bureaucracy. Both are different at beginning, but approach is same. So this is called keyword. And now it's been what the whole passage should be about: anomalous nature and two, diversion. Whenever it is first and second, no doubt it is body, and body means explanation. So once you read the second and third para, you will find that, yeah, it is the same one. So just glance it. Here you should not spend time. Why? Because if it is important, the question will be given from the passage. If it is not important, the question will not be given. Hence, your glancing time should be 15 seconds. Now, important point about the time devotion. Whenever there are 4 paragraphs, you can devote 30 seconds to first para, and half of the first para should be given to second and third. And you can pay equal time to the last para as para 1. But the middle para should not be devoted so much time. So within 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, you will be able to read it. Now, moving to, so what the discussion is two people's explanation about anomalous nature from 2 examples, that is called industrialization and bureaucracy. Beginning is different, but follow the same approach. Now look, body part, and then follow the same keyword. Through the keyword till go with the end part and then mix it. Intro, conclusion if it is given. Because it says ultimately. If it says ultimately, it's been what? Conclusion. So intro plus conclusion will become your answer. It's when you are solving any primary purpose family, try to avoid picking keywords from second and third para. Why? Because they are not going to become your answer. The reason, as I said, the role of body is to talk about introduction. Role of body is nothing related to primary purpose family. It will just give you clue about whether you have picked the right introductory keywords or wrong introductory keywords. Fine, my dear. Now, glance, pick keywords as I have suggested, and then go to the options.
Eminence Career. Start speaking English with confidence from your home. Improve your spoken English, writing skills, pronunciation, grammar. 3 live classes every week. Just 29 rupees per week for 15 days. Learn from expert trainers and speak English fluently with ease. Contact us. +91 99555 90499. eminencecareer.in. Eminence Career. Start speaking English with confidence from your home. Improve your spoken English, writing skills, pronunciation, grammar. 3 live classes every week. Just 29 rupees per week for 15 days. Learn from expert trainers and speak English fluently with ease. Contact us. +91 99555 90499. eminencecareer.in.
Giddy, second option. Atisha, one more option. Hmm. Mr. Ghosh, fine. Shiba, fine. Hmm. That Sahab change. Adit change. One more option. All right. Okay. Okay. So Adit, that's how. Okay. So Adit, can you join audio?
Yes.
All right, Adit. So Adit, what is the role of second paragraph and third paragraph for the passage?
I didn't do that because
All right, no problem. You can ignore. There's no problem. What is keyword from last para?
there are existing theories without altering those theories.
Well done, my dear. So it says a successful theoretical explanation, right?
Yes,
Okay. So the keyword matters, Adit, and you have to focus on that keyword. So it says it started the theoretical explanation and it was successful in explanation. So these are the keywords that we are going to take. Let's begin from B. Reaction. Once you focus on first and second para, any keyword that leads to the reaction of, it says G and H, reacting prevailing theories.
no, sir.
Not at all. Instead actually successfully they are explaining, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. So option D, it says work of G and H are expensive because both attempt to refute.
Sir, I don't know meaning of refute.
Refute means reject.
Okay, sir. D is not an option, sir.
All right. Okay. Again, if you focus on the keyword, then you will find that, yeah, there is nothing about it. Okay. So now moving to option A, C, E. The common answer is C of C. So what C says, G and H use evidence from Soviet case. So they are taking evidence from Soviet, or they are taking the evidence from industrialization or bureaucracy.
Industrialization and bureaucracy.
Correct. Because they said that Soviet Union has anomalous nature. And after that example, from, because it's one says deviation from one part and second says deviation from the another part. So two types of deviation, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the C means example has not been taken from there. So C out. Between A and E. Now people, between A and E is the answer. Just recall first and last paragraph, relate it and check the keywords and see the intended meaning of option A and option E. So what is the approach? When you are reading option, do focus on half of the options first to get the intended meaning. Answer is A. Why not E? Because E says works of G and H are similar with respect to the specific central tenets of their research. Now, their work, at least their orientation is different. If there is difference in orientation, is in what, somewhere we cannot say that they have same tenets, at least slight change. And therefore, A. How A becomes the best option at first go without taking pain? It says G and H talks about anomalous nature, giving the two examples of European pattern and what you say, bureaucracy. In spite of difference, they follow the same approach and they successfully do so without altering the existing theories. And what A says, G and H are similar to the theoretical enterprise in their works, and both manage these enterprises successfully. God.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, so people, when you are picking keyword, because I said it is all about your reading technique. In reading comprehension, your first job is not to think about that what is correct or best answer. Your first job is to relate it and check it that how the keywords are matching and what should be the strategy for. So that's called intro, body, conclusion. Every passage will have the same pattern: intro, body, conclusion. If conclusion is not given, it will be only introduction. Okay. Now, just people, you go through, take keywords and let me know whether this passage follows the same pattern, because different passage has different pattern of writing, but it is your smartness to find out the keywords. First go through the passage before getting the answer. All right. So I said that before picking the answer, you have to work on, although everybody is wrong, yeah, but Mohit is fine. Everybody has to change option. That is called influence. All right. So never be emotional in the passage, never get influenced. Why? Because you are a critic of the passage, therefore you should read. From critiquing point of view, you have to look at passage from the, you know, angle. Yeah, Giri is fine. So everybody, what it says now, second part and third part, no doubt it's body, but is it conclusion? Is it conclusion? Answer is no. How do you justify that this is not conclusion? Just look at keyword. First sentence is nothing, but it says education is not in school and college. Whatever they do, they cannot become educated. School only can begin. Rest you have to do. You have to pass time. So to justify this statement, author has given the example. Till last again, it is saying that you need justification. All right. What is justification? It's been what? You to become educated or to call educated, you need to pass certain ages. Why? Because school can only give you the way of improvement. To improve, you have to go through different processes. Now, anybody has any different idea about the points that I said?
No, sir.
All right. So that's how C says contrast the word schooling and education. So the first problem is words. God,
Okay.
because what if it says contrast schooling and education? That is possible. But when we say the word, it's mean what the passage should talk about, what is mean of school and what is mean of education. If it is the case, then the conclusion should also differentiate the between school and
Schooling and
college, right?
education.
Oh, again, that what if it is the case, then the second paragraph also should justify the difference between school and education.
Yes, sir.
ऑफिस में है क्या?
नहीं सर,
अच्छा, हाँ,
घर पर।
अच्छा, चलिए रेलवे स्टेशन के आसपास है, पक्का है?
नहीं,
आवाज
हाँ,
दे दिया
घर तो घर रेलवे स्टेशन के पास ही है सर।
और लग गया तो ऑल राइट। रेलवे वाले लोग और कहाँ रहेंगे भाई?
हाँ, वो पटरी के पास ही घर दे देते हैं।
बुक तो all right. Okay, so people answer is not C. Why so? As I said, that keyword. Coming to option A, B and B cannot be the answer in an E. The reason is very clear. Out of scope, liberal arts and reading and active discussion. So now you are left with A and D. D is the answer. Why? Because it's not about the philosophical explanation of 40 years in education. Instead, it says his observation says nobody can be educated in school and college, but it requires more than that. So if you look at the first paragraph, because this passage does not have conclusion, because it does not have conclusion, therefore the answer will be intro, only intro. And intro part says that the very best thing for our schools to do is to prepare for young for continued learning in later life by giving them skills of learning and love for it. So what, nobody can be educated, but a school can give the path or way to do so, and that's called option D. Now, one by one, if you people have question, please do ask. And just check what was your problem, where did you miss, and what approach you could not follow. Do check. Yeah, everybody is fine. Mohit, Mohit was okay. Nisha, Krishna.
सर ये इस
हाँ,
मतलब जब
जी, जी,
इस पैरा को पढ़ा तो सर यही समझ में आता है कि समथिंग इट इज क्वेश्चनिंग अबाउट द एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, और ये इस तरीके से सोचा ही नहीं गया कि सर ये डी भी हो सकता है।
अच्छा,
मतलब है सर, उसमें बॉडी में है, और डिटेल में गए तो सर निकल के आता है, लेकिन
ठीक है।
ऐसे मतलब कटिंग एज पे सर ऐसा हो जाता है, मतलब
हाँ, होगा,
कि
होगा। तो आपको करना क्या है इस केस में, जब कभी भी आप ये सब कर रहे हैं तो ध्यान रखिएगा, यू हैव नॉट टू गेट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय एनी पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन। जब आप इमोशनली पढ़ेंगे तो वही पढ़ेंगे जो आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं। टेक्निकली जब आप पढ़ेंगे तो वो पढ़ेंगे जो पैसेज पढ़ाना चाहता है। So people, there are two ways to read, as I said yesterday, that if you go with the emotion, in that case, whatever you enjoy, you focus on that. But when you read technically, in that case, you focus on what is information. Now, recap all and check it. What should be the reading technique that we have discussed in previous paragraph, previous passage, to focus on keyword. Now, let us see once again. Sentence 1 is about nobody can be educated. Sentence 2, that would be in the case if our schools and colleges were at their very best, which they are certainly not. And even if the students were among the best and brightest, as well as consciences in the applications of their parts. So this is condition. So the condition means justification that no one can be educated, at least at school and college. Now, the reason is simple. The reason is simply that youth itself, immaturity is an insuperable obstacle to becoming educated. It's been what? Youth is the reason. So till now, what are the keywords? Nobody can be educated. Why? Because it is not school and intelligence. It is about the age. Schooling is for youth, for the young. Education comes later. Usually much later. The very best thing our schools to do is to prepare blah, 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 as I said. So what are the keyword that we should pick? Nobody can be educated, school, or others cannot do. It requires certain time and they can begin from school. These are the keywords. And in the same manner, you have to go through. What if you go with the emotion part? Then you will, because there is negative word against the school and college, so you will start thinking the negative, and same assumption, whatever these two words, which they certainly are not. It's been schools are not the best. This is the negative keyword. And because you could understand and you start relating from day to day, what you say, discussion, because every day we discuss about that schools are not good, schools are not good. Same assumption you will carry in the whole passage to just check that, yeah, schools are not best, and you will apply there. Therefore, in reading comprehension, you have to get rid of emotional reading, be with the technical reading, and keyword will help you to do so. And if you go with the keywords, it will, I mean, reading passage will be easy. Coming to the paragraph and more alertness. Now, people note down this point. We are going to discuss few more points about reading technique and some key ideas. Note down.
सर फिर इसका मतलब फिर क्वेश्चन करने के लिए सर कोई भी पैराग्राफ को फिर एक आध दो सेंटेंस लिख लेने चाहिए अपने को, so that
हाँ,
we can come out from that paragraph.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, ये अच्छा टेक्निक रहता है।
इससे प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी सर। इसके लिए कोई बुक है सर, रीडिंग कंप्रेहेंशन, या फिर नॉर्मल न्यूज़पेपर, या ऐसे ही करना?
नहीं, एक एक इसका अरुण शर्मा का कैट बुक भी बहुत अच्छा, अगर आप रीडिंग से गेट रीड होना चाहते हैं तो।
सर
अरुण शर्मा का बुक मैं आपको देता हूँ, उसमें
सर
से ना सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको कुछ 15-20 पैसेजेस पढ़ लेने हैं, उसमें बहुत हो जाएगा, मोर देन सफिशिएंट है वो।
ओके
ज्यादातर
सर
25 पढ़िएगा, उसके बाद फिर वापस जीमेट वाले पे आ जाइएगा।
ओके सर ओके सर
Now, people note down. Once you note it down, let me know.
Eminence Career. Start speaking English with confidence from your home. Improve your spoken English, writing skills, pronunciation, grammar. 3 live classes every week. Just 29 rupees per week for 15 days. Learn from expert trainers and speak English fluently with ease. Contact us. +91 99555 90499. EminenceCareer.in. Eminence Career. Start speaking English with confidence from your home. Improve your spoken English, writing skills, pronunciation, grammar. 3 live classes every week. Just 29 rupees per week for 15 days. Learn from expert trainers and speak English fluently with ease. Contact us. +91 99555 90499. EminenceCareer.in.
Yeah, people done.
Yes, sir.
All I did. Now, so people, next point will be about paragraph. So if there are 4 paras, then there will be 2 cases. Case 1, first para intro, last para conclusion and rest of body. Case number 2, case number 2, first para intro and rest of body. That will be case 2. So the case 1, first para intro, last para conclusion. Otherwise, first para intro, rest of body, we have seen 2 paragraphs. If there are 3 paras, 3 cases. First para intro, last para body and rest of conclusion. Case number 2, first half of first para intro, last half of last para conclusion and rest of body. Case number 3, first half of first para intro, rest of body. That will be the case. If there are 2 paras, then 2 cases. First sentence or first half, first sentence or first half of first para. Intro, last sentence or last half of last para, conclusion and rest of body. Case number 2, first half of first para, intro and rest of body. What if there is only 1 para? Then 2 cases. First sentence, intro, last sentence, conclusion and rest of body. Now people note down.
सर ये 3 पैरा जब भी होंगे तो लास्ट पैरा में कभी कंक्लूजन नहीं आएगा क्या सर?
नहीं हो सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है। 2 केसेस हमेशा रहेंगे, या तो कंक्लूजन रहेगा या कंक्लूजन नहीं रहेगा, पर बिना इंट्रोडक्शन के नहीं हो सकता। ये थंब रूल रहेगा।
ओके सर।
Done, people?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So now, just go through few, of what you say, passages and work on intro body conclusion. That intro body conclusion will help you to get the idea, because the first job is to pick keywords. Without keywords, without taking into consideration intro body conclusion, getting answer will be a challenge. Hence, your first job is to think about or observe intro body conclusion and then go to the answer. We will do, we will apply these things in passage through the different questions, and we will continue discussion. Fine, everybody. So catch you shortly. Have a good time, everybody.